Shabbat Shalom. Please
Shabbat
help us
Shalom.
welcome in Shabbat with Shir Hamalot, page 4, number 14. Shir Hamalot, Beshuv Adonai, et Shivat Zion, Hayinu Kecholim. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shir Hamalot is from Psalm 126, which is a beautiful, beautiful psalm. If we read the translation at the bottom of page 4, when God restored the exiles to Zion, it seemed like a dream. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with joyful song. Then they said among the nations, God has done great things for them. And what a perfect way to begin our Shabbat celebration tonight. As Rabbi said a couple of weeks ago, we are in the season of the Yom HaZ. We have a lot of modern holidays during this period of the year. And so we had Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Commemoration Day. We had Yom Zikaron, Israel's Memorial Day. We had Yom HaAtzmaut, Israel's Independence Day. And this coming week we'll be celebrating Yom Yerushalayim, which commemorates the reunification of the city of Jerusalem in 1967. So in 1967, I was 7 years old, and I remember quite clearly my parents and my parents' friends being so concerned and so worried during the Six-Day War. And I remember them jumping for joy and crying with tears as they heard, Har Habayit Beyadenu, which means the Temple Mount is in our hands. And that is what the general who led the charge into the old city shouted. And it was beautiful and moving and incredible. And 1 year later, at the age of 8, I found myself in the city of Jerusalem. And when we went to the old city, one of my clearest memories is coming into the old city. There was still rows and rows of barbed wire separating the old city from the new city. And there was a big, huge sign that was in Hebrew, in Arabic, and in English, and it said, "Stop, the border is here." And someone had taken some spray paint, and in every language where it says is, they crossed it out and wrote was. And I remember them telling stories of being able to see the old city, being able to see the Western Wall, but never being actually able to go there. And so even as an 8-year-old child, I got the importance of this moment for our people, the ability, the freedom to worship at our most holiest of sites. And so I want to thank Lindy for choosing Shir Hamalot to begin our Shabbat celebration this evening, because it just brought back wonderful memories, and it's definitely an important moment in our history. Rabbi Gwozdov is not here this evening. It was quite painful the first few hours this morning listening to him in his office, coughing, sneezing, hacking. It really was just not pretty, and so at some point in time we decided that he should go home and rest up. We have a big weekend ahead of us, and also, you know, there are times when we're really grateful that when people don't share. So for that reason, Lindy, who most of us know lives with Rabbi Gwozdov, so is not going to be hugging and kissing this evening, just to make sure that we all stay healthy, that she stays healthy, doesn't bring anything more home. And we, of course, wish Rabbi Gwozdov a refuah shlema. He should be well and in good health.
Amen.
Tomorrow or at the latest on Sunday. So as we do each week, we take a few moments to greet one another, to create a Kehillah Kedosha, to take a deep breath and try and transition from our busy work week into our Shabbat mode. So please, those here, take a few minutes, get up, say hello to each other. Those of you at home, please connect via the chat. we are going to continue our Shabbat celebration with Shalom Aleichem. You can find the words on page 7. So. Shalom Aleichem, page 7. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'achem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It is such a joy to be part of the Gwozdov Passer family and to have gotten to know so many of their extended family. And tonight, with great pleasure, we honor Ruth Rukowski, Rich's wife, Lindy's mom, my mom. You know, we get to share. It's really, it's very, very cool and awesome to light our Shabbat candles this evening. As has become our custom, we begin with lighting a third candle as we stand in solidarity with those still being held hostage by Hamas. And we are on page 8.
Go ahead and write the light though.
Shabbat Shalom. We continue with the Baruch Hu on page 9, and we rise either physically or spiritually.
Baruch Hu et Adonai
Please be seated and join us in chanting the Ve'ahavta on the top of page 10. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'otecha v'hayu advarim ha'eleh Asher Anochi Metzavecha Hayom Al Levavecha Veshinatam Levanecha Vedibarta Bam Veshivtecha Bevetecha Uvlechtecha Vaderech Ushochecha Uvkumecha Uchartam leot Aliyadecha Ve'hayu letotafot Beinenecha Uchtavtam Al mezuzot beitecha Uvisharecha Leman tizkeru V'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Lihiot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. And we read together at the top of page 11. standing at the water's edge, the sea spray on your cheek. Close your eyes and feel within the beating of freedom's drum. Listen closely on the breeze. Do you hear the music of the ages? Oh God, you beat the drum. You are the song. You are the wonder in each of us. With joy and awe, we sing to you this song of freedom. And we continue with Vishamru at the top of page 13. We rise physically or spiritually for the Amidah, the bottom of page 13.
Adonai Sifatai Tiftach Ufia Gita Hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor Ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol, Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mechagel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishanei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Memid, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanata lahachayotako, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom, Yehallelu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated, and we continue in the middle of page 15. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu ba'amcha Yisrael, utfilatam be'ahava tikabel, util ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha, Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha be'yirah na'avod. Be gracious, O Lord our God, to your people Israel, and receive our prayers with love. May our worship always be acceptable to you. Modim anachnu lach, she'atahu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Tzur chayenu magen yishenu, atahu ledor vador. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Ta'azim Le'olam. Shalom Rav,
Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, literally means a city of peace. And in Jewish tradition, we talk about two Jerusalems, a lower Jerusalem and an upper Jerusalem, the Jerusalem in our physical realm and the Jerusalem in the spiritual realm. So as we take a few moments for private meditation, I invite you to think about what your upper Jerusalem, what does your city of peace look like? We take a few quiet moments. to get on a plane. Whew, that was just beautiful. So, luckily for me, before Rabbi left this morning, he'd already finished writing his sermon. So it is my pleasure to share these words from Rabbi Gwazdoff with you. Our Torah portion this week, Bechukotai, is difficult on many levels. It starts off okay. If you follow my laws and faithfully observe my commandments, I will grant your rains in their season. I will grant peace in the land, and you shall lie down untroubled by anyone. That is followed by several more paragraphs of really good things we can look forward to if we keep God's commandments. But then the mood changes. But if you do not obey me and do not observe all these commandments, I will wreak misery upon you, consumption and fever. Your land shall not yield its produce. I will loose wild beasts against you, and they will wipe out your cattle. This is then followed by not a few paragraphs full of various disasters. In fact, more than 40 verses of heart-wrenching punishments which will endure should we break God's covenant. Personally, I have a very serious problem with this part of Torah. For the first thing, I'm not so comfortable with the theological message that God literally rewards and punishes us in this way. And secondly, I believe that Jewish history is full of examples of when we pretty much maintained God's covenant, but suffered miserably from expulsions to pogroms and so much worse. But wouldn't it be nice if it was that simple? We obey God's laws, we prosper. Disobey, and we're punished. That would make things pretty clear and pretty easy to follow. Or would it? Let me tell you a true story about a real person who passed away several years ago at the age of 85. Her name was Irene Gut Updike, and she was one of what we call the righteous among the nations. That is the title we use to refer to Gentiles who put their lives at risk to save Jews during the Holocaust. If you have visited Israel, I'm sure you more than likely went to Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Memorial and Museum in Jerusalem. As you enter Yad Vashem, you pass through a little forest dedicated to the righteous among the nations. Each tree in that forest is planted in honor of such a person, and their name appears on a plaque. For those who are interested, it's possible to check the records and learn their story. Irene Gut Updike has a tree dedicated to her in that forest. The dedication took place in 1982. The delay was simply because her story didn't come to light until many years after the war had ended. She was a very humble woman and never looked for rewards or thanks for what she did. Irene was a native of Poland. In 1940, she was a teenager walking to work in Tarnopol, the city where she lived, when she saw a horrifying sight. A Nazi soldier ripped a Jewish baby from his mother's arms, threw the baby to the ground, crushing his skull. It was an evil that for her was unimaginable. In her book, Irene talks about going home, crying, and throwing a temper tantrum against God. She shouted, "I don't believe in you!" But the next morning, something happened. This is what she writes. There was an answer in my heart and in my soul. God gave us free will to do good or bad. It is up to us to choose what we want to be. I asked God for the opportunity to help, even if my life depended on it. As I read those words, I couldn't help but be reminded of the first words of our Torah reading. if you follow my laws and faithfully observe my commandments. Irene had to make a choice at this point in her life, and that choice could very well present a life or death situation. A few months later, Irene, who was born a Catholic, got her chance. She befriended 12 Jews who were forced to work as dressmakers and tailors for the Nazis. Knowing that they would eventually be killed because the Nazis kept on turning over their Jewish slaves, she decided to hide them in the basement of a confiscated villa in Poland, where she worked as a housekeeper for a German officer. Why did she do this? Her answer was simple and to the point. They asked for help. What could I do? If you follow my laws and faithfully observe my commandments. As she tells the story, when the German officer was out, her Jewish friends would come upstairs and help her with the housework. She would always lock the door, so the German would have to ring the doorbell to get in. This would give her the time necessary to hide them again in the basement. One day, unfortunately, she forgot to lock the door, and the officer walked in unannounced. He saw the 12 Jews and turned white. He ran to his office where there was a phone and prepared to call the Gestapo. Irene ran after him, cried, pleaded, kissed his hand, and prayed. The 70-year-old major said he would keep her secret, but only if she became his mistress and told no one about it. This teenager, knowing it was in her power to save 12 Jewish lives, begrudgingly took the deal and became the German officer's mistress until the end of the war. During this time, she also eavesdropped on conversations about Nazi plans against the Jews in the nearby ghettos, and she would warn the residents about those plans. But that's not all. She stole food and supplies, which she would secretly deliver to about 150 Polish partisans and Jews hiding in a nearby forest. As the war was nearing an end, she and her 12 Jewish friends decided to flee to the forest as the Russians were advancing on Poland. Finally, the Russians gained control of the city, and Irene returned to her home in safety. And the 12 Jews she saved eventually all made it to freedom. Eventually, Irene moved to America. She spent the last 20 years of her life speaking about the Holocaust to children and getting across the message that one person really can make a difference, and that one simply has to choose the right path in life. If you follow my laws and faithfully observe my commandments. I believe that Irene's story makes it a little easier for us to understand Bechukotai. It isn't so much that if you disobey God's covenant, these punishments will come down upon you. It means, I think, that we make choices, and those choices bring consequences to us and to the world we live in. If people choose evil, to disobey God's covenant, and others do not choose to stop them, then these things will unfold in our lives, in our communities, in our societies, and in this time and age, in our world. And it will befall both the good and the bad, because as human beings, our lives are intertwined. Israelis didn't choose the evil that stormed across their border from Gaza on October 7th, but the evil came nevertheless. They chose for too long not to confront that evil, but to try to contain it, and so it came. It is an evil Israel must now uproot for the safety of its own citizens and for the survival of other free societies that are also in its crosshairs. If more Poles during the Holocaust had chosen to do what Irene did, then far more people would be alive today. In fact, maybe Hitler would have never even been able to put his final solution into action. Choice is what this week's Torah portion is all about. And those choices will have their consequences. That's how the world works. That's how God created it. And that's how the book of Leviticus ends. May Irene's memory be for a blessing for her daughter, her grandsons, her great-grandchildren, and may the lessons she taught be learned by us all. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will. Whew, quite a story, isn't it? Wow. And now we turn to our Torah. You can find the Torah service, Seder Kriyat HaTorah, on page 20. It is my pleasure to invite Deborah Blinder onto the bima for the honor of carrying our Torah this evening, and I ask those who are able to please rise.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah. Udevar Adonai mirushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah.
Yaakov lechu v'nelcha ba'or Adonai. O house of Jacob, come, let us walk in the light of our God.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
So is anyone else still actually stunned when we open up the Ark and we look at our gorgeous new Torah covers? Oh, so beautiful.
Every time.
It's Great. So as I said, tonight we finish the book of Leviticus, so with Parshat Bechukotai. And because we are finishing a book of Torah, we will do the custom that is done when you finish a book of Torah. When I'm done with the reading, we will all join together in the words, Chazak, Chazak, Benit Chazek, be strong, and we will be strengthened. We always like to do a little dry run, so Chazak, Chazak, Benit Chazek. And tonight, we have a very special aliyah. It is, I usually say it's with pleasure, but it's not with pleasure. So it's with strength and with compassion and with connection that I invite the members of our Maj group to have the honor of tonight's aliyah in honor of our good friend, Laura Lipner, who passed away at this time last year. You know, Laura was one of the first people to make a dedication for our Torah project. And she chose to dedicate the word truma. And truma means a gift, but it's not like a gift like you give for a birthday present. It's an offering. It's a piece of yourself. It's something that your heart moves you to do. And in the end, the sentences that we'll be reading this evening in the end of Bechukotai, it talks about tithing and bringing gifts to support the community. And so we remember Laura with great, great love. And because Laura was a Hebrew geek like me, I just have to say there are some really cool things in the last two words of this portion. You know, there are several letters, 7 letters that always get crowns on top of them. We've learned a lot about Torah in this last year. So in the very end of the Torah here, we have 2 letters that have crowns. We have 2 reshas and a hey. Reshas and heys don't get crowns. So I told Ruth, I'm learning all kinds of new things. I love it. There's so many things in here I know nothing about. And so I went and did a little bit of a Google search. I have to say in my 30 seconds, I did not find out much about the hey, but I did find out something about the resh. So in honor of Laura, a quick little drash. So resh comes from the word rosh, which means your head. And it's shaped like your head. And what I read online was that once in a great while, you will see a resh that has 2 of the little crowns coming up on top because they represent people reaching upward and lifting up their heads. So it's a reminder to us to treat all of humanity with dignity. So here, as we stand on Mount Sinai and receive commandments, we are reminded to treat all people with dignity just by those tiny little marks on top of the resh. Isn't that cool? Yes. Oh, the page. Bechukotai, page 970. And I'm starting somewhere around here. There, I think. Oh, no, maybe not. Hang on. Here. Thank you. And here. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'karanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato Baruch Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Amen. Bechol masar bakar vatzon kol asher ya'avor tachat hashavet ha'asiri
Yeh kodesh ladonai. Lo yevaker ben tov lara velo yemirenu ve'im hamer yemirenu ve'hayahu utmurato yeh kodesh lo yigaer Sinai, chazak, chazak, v'nitchazek.
Yasher koach.
Baruch to you.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher kochechem. Do I have to kiss everybody twice to make up for Lindy? One for me, one for Lindy. Sorry. It is our custom to say a prayer for healing in the presence of our Torah scroll, and we would like to invite everyone at home who has friends or loved ones who are in need of prayers of healing to write their name in the chat so that we might bring them into this space. I also invite we also are thinking of these loved ones in our community for whom we are praying this week. Diane Dakin, Randy Watkins, Gabby Lopez-Smith, Victor Altman, Samantha Porteous, Barry Klein, Brooke Hall, Charlene Gross, Joseph Mayer, Leslie Hirschfield, Judy Platt, Jacob Tannenbaum, Michael Sheets, Liam Ledesma, Michael Hall, Bill Meyer, Sherwin Sobel, Don Gonzaga, Autumn Larrick, Philip Greer, Paul Preciso, Sonny David, Danny Rifkin, Linda Heiser, Evelyn Young, Lou Robin, Bill Bell, Nancy Friedman, Al Aronofsky, Omer Khazan, and Peggy Barty. And I invite those of us here to add the names of our loved ones who need prayers of healing.
Diane Short, Don Cordano, Margot Hanscam, Richard McSherry, Dave Reichel, Aliza Brown.
Please join us in the Misha Berach. The words are on page 23. Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And we add to all those names mentioned aloud, all of us here who are in need of these same prayers of Refuat HaNefesh and Refuat HaGuf, healing of mind and body and spirit. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, healer of the sick.
Amen.
Amen.
We continue with a prayer for our country and the state of Israel. Guardian of life and liberty, grant blessings to our country. Grant our leaders patience and wisdom. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and may we never be lazy in the work of peace. Eternal God, grant blessings to the state of Israel. Protect your people, shelter them with peace, and grant them deliverance from the violence that surrounds them. May they live in harmony with one another and with their neighbors. May the bonds of faith and faith that unite the Jews of all lands be a source of strength and blessing to each of us and to all the world. And let us say, Amen.
And I'd like to invite Stephen Marianne Schermerhorn up for the honor of Hagbah, lifting, and Glila, dressing the Torah. And those who are able, please rise. And we are on page
24.
Thank you, Lindy.
Vezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael hapi Adonai beyad Moshe ki lechach tov natati lachem Torati al tazovu Eitz Chaim hi lama chazikim ba v'tohera meushar deracheha V'chol nativotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Kadesh Kadesh Yomeinu kekedem.
We continue with Aleinu on page 25.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol Lateit gedula leotzer breshit Shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot Velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama Shelo sam chelkeinu kahem Vegor aleinu kecho hamonam V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai L'melech al kol ha'aretz Bayom ha'hu Yi'eh Adonai echad U'shemo echad
Yasher Kochachem. Please be seated. At the conclusion of each service, we remember our loved ones who are no longer physically with us, but who, through the gift of memory, live on in our hearts. To our friends at home, if you are in the 30-day period of mourning or in the first year of mourning, please share your loved one's name in the chat so that we may bring their memory into this holy space. I also would like to invite those present, if you are in the 30 days of mourning or the first year of mourning, to please stand and share your loved one's name. We also remember these loved ones who have a yortzeit, the anniversary of their passing, in the week ahead. We remember with love Lillian Nell, Marvin Primack, Anna Sherman, Leonard Sherman, John Ferguson, Laura Lipner, James Morrison, Minnie Langsam, Maria Reza, Selma Rosen, David Weiss, Lillian Friedberg, Eileen Jones, Max Bosick, Gideon Feldman, Joe Sweet, Jack Miller, Charles Senderov, Morris Senderov, Jenny Senderov, Candy Bronstein, Sylvia Goldberg, Irving Soul, Irv Lewis, Matthew Lewis, Dina Sternberg, Fred Cohen, Solomon Goose, Betty Krieger, Fred Bramer, and George Lockman. Is there anyone else who's observing yortzeit this evening?
Lisa Bartram.
And we add our beloved Harriet Corin and Nate Corin.
And as we do each week, we remember the 6 million who perished in the Holocaust, many leaving no one to say Kaddish for them. And we remember the innocents on both sides of the current conflict in Israel. We take them into our hearts with our own, and in solidarity with those in mourning, we rise physically or spiritually, and together recite the Mourner's Kaddish on page 26. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'amad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Ulamei Amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal Shemei Dekudshah Brichu Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen. And it is my pleasure to, please be seated, except for Deborah. Our first Vice President, Deborah Blinder, has a few announcements for us. I'm pretty sure this is the last week that it's going to be a really long list, so let's hope so.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you to Ari for connecting us with our friends at home. And thank you, Beth and Steve, for your beautiful music. It always enhances our service so much. Thank you to Lori Maldonado for donating our beautiful Bima flowers in honor of all good dogs. Our food fair is this Sunday. Creeps up on you, doesn't it? If you haven't had a chance to volunteer yet, just come by Sunday. Go to the volunteer table by the Judaica shop.
Linda will be there, or Hallie.
And they will tell you where you're needed. If you haven't purchased your brunch tickets yet, you may do so this Sunday at our ticket sales booth by the front door. This past Wednesday, an email went out to the congregation that included important information about our food fair, including parking suggestions and security. If you have not read it yet, please do so. Our online silent auction is open. Vacation homes in Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, Bear Valley, and Portugal await. Margarita parties, gift baskets, wine tours, live music, and more could be yours. You can visit our auction online. There's a link on the website. And be sure to stop by their table on Sunday to buy raffle tickets for our gift card tree, which is now valued at $1,000.
And Dave and Pete, give us a wave. If you have any questions about the silent auction, you can see Dave and Pete this evening,
Right
or
there.
they will be at the raffle table Sunday afternoon.
And Temple members are invited to join our annual congregational meeting and elections on Thursday, June 6th at 6:30 p.m. You may attend in person or via Zoom. The Zoom link will be included in Wednesday's email. Hope to see you there. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. And can we say Food Fair Sameach?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a lot.
I think we did it.
I think we did it, Karma. We say,
We are going to conclude our celebration of Shabbat with Od Yavo. As we do so, we invite you to please get up, come and get close, close, close.
if you have any special occasion you're celebrating this evening, please come up onto the bima and share it with everybody here.
Birthday and anniversary, a good dog that you just love. I love that. Isn't that the sweetest thing?
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam, salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu. Od Yavo Shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Oh, that was very fun. Thank you, Steve. And as if his fingers aren't talented enough on the piano,
Wait, let's
Oh.
do Kiddush first.
I almost did an early reveal. Major faux pas.
Actually, Jason and I will be celebrating on Sunday with the rest of the thousands of people that will be here our 40th anniversary.
Mazel tov.
So, let's say Kiddush together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
We could do a whole drosh on the significance of 40 in the Jewish world.
That's true.
Maybe Rabbi will talk about it next week.
Maybe.
And now,
And
the
now,
big reveal.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, there's some
Steve made the challah for us this evening.
beautiful.
So, as is our custom, we
Let's
connect to
connect.
the challah, or connect to someone who's
Connect.
connecting to the challah, or connect to someone who's connected to the challah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
And
Shalom,
let's turn
everybody.
around and to our friends at
This
home,
one,
we're going to wish them a great big Shabbat Shalom. Echad, shtayim, shalosh. Shabbat Shalom.
see you Sunday or tomorrow.
Or both. That's beautiful.